All right, Tyler Orton with Business in Vancouver is joining us now. And Tyler, some pretty strong words from from Premier Rachel Notley, NDP leader in Alberta, about the Trans Mountain Pipeline and the future of this. Has a lot of people confused about how this can go on. What exactly is she saying?
Well, she's saying it doesn't really matter who forms government in British Columbia. The Kinder Morgan Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion, it's going to be coming no matter what. And the issue is we've seen a big rift between the Alberta and the BC New Democrats over the last few months, especially because of the stance between that they have with regards to the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion here. Of course, the Alberta NDP, they support it. The BC NDP, they've come out along with the Greens, who apparently look like they are willing to prop up a minority government from the NDP, and they've both been against it. But the real thing here, though, is that Notley is saying that it is not BC's choice to have this pipeline expansion go through. It's really up to Ottawa. Ottawa's already given the approval. So where does that leave British Columbia at this point if we do have an NDP minority government propped up by the Greens? Well, they can order another environmental assessment, but beyond that, the courts have made it pretty clear that this is federal jurisdiction. And even during the campaign, we had NDP candidates saying that there might just be limited tools that they have in order to impede whatever progress we see here for this already approved Kinder Morgan project.
All right, and Tyler, turning things over to Canada's economic outlook, we have some new GDP numbers, and we're also getting a better idea of how the international investment world views Canada.
Yeah, you know what? GDP, according to Stats Canada, grew 0.5% in March. This follows no growth in February, and this actually exceeds expectations. Reuters polled some analysts, and they were actually expecting just 0.3% growth. But what economists are saying is this kind of growth in Canada, not sustainable. That goes for BC as well. I do wonder, though, economists have been warning that BC's growth is not going to be sustaining itself, regardless of who's in power. Critics might point to an NDP minority government at that, but that has nothing to do with whoever's going to be in power in BC. But regardless of all that, it's looking good for investments when it comes to international investors looking at Canada as a great jurisdiction to do so. It ranks number 5 in a list that was just put out by Ernst & Young. And they're looking at other jurisdictions ranking high: the United States, China, the UK, and Germany. Canada's benefiting from its close proximity to the United States, as well as the fact that it's looking much more stable than a lot of other developing countries. And we've been talking about oil and gas. That's one of the big reasons that it's been primed very high on this list. Oil and gas investments looking good for Canada. We'll have to see what happens with Kinder Morgan, but no matter what, it looks as if, Ottawa's already given the approval, and this is going to be coming no matter who's in power in British Columbia.
Now let's see how it all shakes down. Tyler, thanks very much.